wondered what it's really like to live in the Amish? Beyond the simple image, their culture has surprising advantages and shocking disadvantages that most people never hear about. These 10 pros and cons reveal the complete truth about Amish life. Community support. When an Amish family faces a crisis, the entire community responds within hours with financial help, labor, and emotional support that modern society can't match. Barn raisings, medical assistance, and disaster recovery happen through collective action that eliminates individual financial stress. However, this same community support becomes suffocating surveillance, where every personal decision faces public scrutiny. Privacy doesn't exist when neighbors monitor behavior, report violations, and enforce social conformity through constant observation and judgment that restricts personal freedom. Economic freedom. Amish families achieve financial security through debt-free living, self-sufficient farming, and simple lifestyles that eliminate financial stress and economic anxiety that plagues modern families struggling with mortgages, credit cards, and consumer debt. Their agricultural skills, traditional crafts, and community cooperation create economic stability during market downturns while building wealth through land ownership and profitable family businesses that provide multi-generational financial security. But economic opportunities remain severely limited by technology restrictions, education barriers, and community approval requirements that prevent career advancement, professional development, and individual economic independence that might conflict with traditional values. Family relationships. Amish families maintain incredibly strong bonds through shared work, daily interaction, and multi-generational households that create emotional security and family support systems that modern families often lack due to geographic separation and busy lifestyles. Children grow up with constant parental guidance, clear behavioral expectations, and deep family connections that provide stability and identity within traditional frameworks that emphasize family loyalty over individual desires and personal achievement. However, individual choice suffers dramatically as family pressure enforces conformity to traditional roles, career limitations, and lifestyle restrictions that prevent personal exploration and self-determination that characterizes modern individual development and personal freedom. Health benefits. Amish communities experience lower rates of heart disease, diabetes, and mental health issues due to active lifestyles, natural diets, and stress-free living patterns that promote physical and emotional wellness through traditional agricultural work and simple living. Their rejection of processed foods, sedentary lifestyles, and consumer culture creates natural health advantages, while strong social support systems provide mental health benefits that reduce anxiety, depression, and social isolation common in modern society. Nevertheless, medical limitations create serious health risks when communities reject modern healthcare, vaccinations, and medical treatments that could prevent serious illness or death, particularly for children who cannot make informed medical decisions for themselves. Environmental impact. Amish agricultural practices emphasize sustainability, soil conservation, and environmental stewardship that protects natural resources while producing food through methods that work with rather than against natural ecological systems. Their rejection of fossil fuels, industrial agriculture, and consumer culture creates minimal environmental footprints while demonstrating sustainable living practices that could benefit broader society facing climate change. Organic farming methods, crop rotation patterns, and natural fertilization create soil health that lasts generations. Horse-powered farming eliminates carbon emissions while building soil structure through reduced compaction. Manual labor replaces energy-intensive machinery, creating farming systems that operate entirely on renewable biological energy. But technology restrictions prevent adoption of renewable energy systems, efficient farming equipment, and environmental monitoring tools that could enhance their sustainability efforts, while their resistance to environmental science limits their understanding of broader environmental challenges. Solar panels, wind turbines, and energy-efficient technologies remain prohibited despite their environmental benefits. Modern precision agriculture techniques that reduce chemical inputs face rejection due to computer dependencies. Climate change adaptation strategies require scientific understanding that many communities reject, potentially leaving them vulnerable to changing weather patterns. Safety standards. Amish communities maintain extremely low crime rates through social cohesion, community accountability, and traditional values that create safe environments where violence, theft, and antisocial behavior remain rare compared to mainstream American communities. Strong social bonds, mutual aid, and community supervision create security systems that protect families and property while maintaining peaceful community life. Children grow up in environments where physical safety comes from community protection rather than law enforcement. Conflict resolution through community mediation prevents many disputes from escalating to violence. Traditional values emphasizing forgiveness create social environments where aggression remains rare. Drug and alcohol abuse rates remain significantly lower than national averages due to cultural prohibitions and community monitoring. However, internal justice systems often fail to address serious crimes appropriately, particularly domestic violence, child abuse, and sexual assault that communities may handle internally rather than involving law enforcement, potentially allowing dangerous individuals to escape legal consequences. Community pressure to maintain reputation can silence victims while protecting perpetrators through informal discipline that doesn't prevent future abuse. Women and children facing abuse may have limited options for escape when communities prioritize internal resolution over victim safety. The isolation from mainstream society can prevent access to victim support services, legal protection, and professional intervention that could prevent ongoing abuse. Lifestyle stress. Amish daily life operates at natural rhythms aligned with seasonal cycles and agricultural patterns that eliminate time pressure, digital distractions, and competitive stress that characterizes modern urban living. Simple living reduces material desires, financial pressure, and social competition, while providing clear life purposes through family roles, community service, and traditional work that creates satisfaction without constant achievement pressure. Daily routines follow natural light cycles, creating predictable, manageable lifestyles. Physical activity through farm work provides natural exercise and stress relief while creating tangible accomplishments that build self-esteem. Community celebration and social connection provide emotional fulfillment through shared activities and mutual support. Mental health benefits emerge from slower-paced living, reduced decision fatigue, and clear social expectations that eliminate uncertainty about life direction and social acceptance. Yet opportunities remain severely restricted by education limitations, technology barriers, and community expectations that prevent career development, higher education, and professional advancement that could provide economic security and personal fulfillment. Young adults face particular stress when their interests don't align with traditional community roles, creating internal conflict between personal desires and community expectations. Geographic isolation prevents exposure to different lifestyles and career possibilities that might better match individual abilities. Social pressure to conform can create anxiety when individuals struggle to fit traditional expectations while maintaining personal authenticity within restrictive community frameworks. Work ethics. Amish work culture emphasizes craftsmanship, quality, and practical skills that create strong work ethics and valuable abilities while teaching children responsibility, persistence, and pride in productive labor that builds character and community economic strength. Traditional apprenticeships, family businesses, and community cooperation develop skills that provide economic security while maintaining cultural knowledge and craftsmanship traditions that create high-quality products and services valued by outside markets. Master craftsmen pass down techniques through hands-on instruction that creates expertise impossible to achieve through formal education. Quality standards exceed modern manufacturing through personal pride, community reputation, and traditional techniques that prioritize durability over profit margins. Furniture, construction, and agricultural products achieve excellence through attention to detail and commitment to craftsmanship that mass production cannot match. Work satisfaction comes from visible accomplishments, community recognition, and family contribution rather than external validation or competitive advancement. Children learn work value through participation in meaningful family activities that contribute to community welfare and economic stability. Entrepreneurship thrives within traditional frameworks as individuals develop businesses based on traditional skills while adapting to modern market demands. Innovation occurs through practical problem solving and incremental improvements rather than technological advancement. But gender roles severely limit women's opportunities for leadership, business ownership, and career development while restricting their economic independence and professional growth within traditional frameworks that prioritize male authority over individual merit and personal ambition. Women's work often remains unpaid and undervalued, despite requiring significant skill and contributing substantially to family economic success. Domestic labor, food production, and childcare receive little recognition or economic compensation while being essential for community survival and family welfare. Business ownership by women faces community resistance and practical obstacles when traditional gender roles limit access to capital, business training, and community support networks that enable entrepreneurial success. Professional advancement becomes impossible when leadership roles remain restricted to men, regardless of individual capability or business acumen. Economic dependency on male family members creates vulnerability when marriages fail, husbands become disabled, or family circumstances change. Limited job skills, educational restrictions, and community expectations can trap women in economic situations that limit their ability to support themselves independently. Career flexibility and professional development remain restricted by community expectations about appropriate women's work, creating frustration for individuals whose interests and abilities extend beyond traditional domestic roles. Cultural identity. Amish communities successfully preserve unique cultural traditions, religious practices, and lifestyle patterns that maintain distinct identity while resisting cultural assimilation and social changes that threaten traditional values and community cohesion. Strong cultural transmission through family instruction, community participation, and traditional education ensures cultural continuity across generations while building community pride and shared identity that provides meaning and belonging within traditional frameworks. Language preservation, traditional skills, and religious practices continue through deliberate community effort and family commitment. Cultural distinctiveness provides community members with clear identity and social belonging that many modern individuals lack in fragmented, multicultural societies. Shared values, common practices, and collective identity create social cohesion and community solidarity that supports individual emotional security and social stability. Traditional knowledge about agriculture, craftsmanship, and community organization preserves valuable human wisdom and practical skills that modern society has often abandoned in favor of technological solutions. This knowledge provides resilience and self-sufficiency that could benefit broader society during economic or technological disruptions. Community festivals, religious celebrations, and traditional activities create cultural richness and social connection that strengthen community bonds while providing entertainment and education that builds cultural appreciation and community pride across generational lines. However, education limitations prevent exposure to broader knowledge, critical thinking skills, and academic development that could enhance individual potential while restricting access to higher education and professional training that might enable greater life choices and economic opportunities. Formal education typically ends at 8th grade, preventing development of advanced academic skills, scientific understanding, and critical thinking abilities that could enhance individual potential and community problem-solving capabilities. Limited literacy and numeracy skills can handicap individuals in modern economic environments. Cultural isolation prevents exposure to different ideas, alternative perspectives, and educational opportunities that could broaden understanding and enhance individual development. This limitation can create narrow worldviews and reduce adaptability to changing circumstances that require knowledge beyond traditional community experience. Professional training and higher education remain largely inaccessible, preventing individuals from developing specialized skills that could contribute to community welfare while limiting career options and economic opportunities that require advanced education or professional certification. Scientific literacy and technological understanding lag behind mainstream society,